Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Zealand's Proving Grounds. Different format today, as you can tell. Um, I have several screenshots matched together here. It's of my spec, glyphs, talents, and my character sheet. Now, I am Mistweaver. This is still a damage video though. This is for gold damage as Mistweaver. You heard that right. Gold damage as Mistweaver. Now, I'm gonna get right into talents and glyphs here because there's some I'm gonna just commentate at the end. The reason I did this differently is because I needed to be focused during the video. I was doing a lot of takes and not doing very well. So, yeah, like I said, not doing very well. So I decided to just cut that out and narrate after the fact. Sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling so hard to find words right now. Anyway, let's get into talents and glyphs here. Level 15, level 60, and level 75 do not matter for the most part. 15 is up to you. 60, more or less up to you. I would go with either Charging Oxwave or Leg Sweep. Don't go with Ring of Peace. It's probably inferior to Leg Sweep, especially because it has a diminishing return with your sap. And level 75, all defensives. Doesn't matter. Maybe Diffuse Magic would work against the Globule. I haven't tested it yet, though, so don't quote me on that. Now, for your level 190, 45, and 30 talents, these are very important. Level 100 gives you 3 charges of Rising Sun Kick. Okay, that's what you need to know. You used Rising Sun Kick in Stance of the Spirited Crane, I believe it's called. And that's important because you have to be in Stance of the Spirited Crane to actually do damage as Mistweaver. So here, let me break it down how your burst window looks as Mistweaver. As a healer, yes, keep that in mind. This is a healer's burst. Pops when, all right? That should be baseline. That's why you have that level 90 talent. Without that, you don't have any real bursts. Then you should have 4 Chi. Use 2 Rising Sun Kicks. Then use your Chi Brew, which is level 45 talent, twice. Use it twice. And get another Rising Sun Kick off. Now you'll have to choose between either a Blackout Kick or another Rising Sun Kick. However, that choice should be very easy, and I'll help you with it right now. If you got another charge of Rising Sun Kick, use Rising Sun Kick. If you didn't, use Blackout Kick. There you go, decision made. And then at the end of that, once you run out of Chi from your Chi Brew, use Chi Burst for maximum damage potential. And that's your burst. Might not sound like a lot, but you'll see in the last wave it does quite a bit of damage. Now, for glyphs, it doesn't matter, honestly. Even Glyph of Paralysis, not important because you don't have a dot. So don't worry about glyphs at all. Seriously, do what you want to do. Use Victory Roll if you want. I don't care. It's not going to matter. As you can see, I don't even take advantage of any of my glyphs. I have Glyph of Life Cocoon, Glyph of Freedom Roll, and Glyph of... What is that? I believe... Oh, okay. That's the Glyph of Transcendence. It allows me... Well, I mean, I guess you can see it for yourself. But yes, those are my glyphs. And I don't take advantage of any of them because I don't use Thunder Focus Tea, I don't use Life Cocoon, and I'm not getting snared. So, and then my character sheet is just included for anyone interested in my stats. I usually show my character sheet in the video, so I figured why not here. I also will have annotation link to my armory page, and if you don't feel like clicking that or typing all that in, then you can go to just search on the World of Warcraft page Zinst, Z-I-N-S-T, and look for the one from Sargeras. I should be the only one. It's a pretty unique name. So, what else? Is there anything else I need to mention here? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so here we are in the Proving Grounds. We're gonna switch into Chi Burst because I forgot to do that beforehand. Now we're gonna stand to the left of the Slayer, and I'm gonna get a Chi Burst, start casting it about when the 1 second pops up. It's a 0.81 second cast, so a little bit afterwards. Yeah, and now I'm just gonna kill that Slayer with a jab after he gets trapped by the Globule. Switch to this Slayer, taking him out. Now this Globule here would be great if I could carry it into the next wave, but I run into it, so that obviously didn't happen. I just decided to use Nimble Brew to get escape from that, and the Amber Weaver goes down. Now, if I had kept that Globule, I would have kited it into the Banana Tosser here, but I decided to sap him because I don't have a Globule. Now, the Globule is going to explode onto the Banana Tosser. I did use Chi Burst there, however, it was too early, so it didn't get the advantage of the Globule's damage increase, but still did pretty decent damage, and the Banana Tosser went down without having done anything. And now there was one globule gotten off at the end there, but it's no big deal. I'm just going to stand over here, use my stacks of mana tea to generate some mana back, because if you don't, you'll see I run low on mana throughout most of the video after about wave 5. So for this wave, I'm going to start off with the sap on the banana tosser. I'm going to go ahead and whack the mystic. I see the globules coming out, so I used Chi Burst. I wanted to get that with the globule on him, but I was just a little too early. And the Mystic then goes to heal while I was going to switch to the Banana Tosser, so I decided to leg sweep him just to stop him from casting, and then the Banana Tosser goes down. And now this was a misclick, that's why I kind of just turned instead of strafed, so I decided to trinket that. I was using right click to try to strafe, but it didn't work, so that's why I just turned. And I got hit by the globule because of that. So I decided to sit down there and take a drink because, like I said, I'll run low on mana if I'm not careful about it. I open up with the Chi Burst and sap the Banana Tosser and just decide to kill the Mystic right off the bat. Now, where exactly I got this idea, I don't know. I just kind of figured I'd try something crazy because I wasn't really having a lot of consistent luck on waves like this with Banana Tossers. So surprisingly, it actually worked out better. Works out a lot better because I don't have to chase the Banana Tosser while the Mystic is alive, which is really helpful because then I don't have to worry about the Mystic healing. I just have to interrupt him while he's alive. So yeah, they both go down pretty easily there. And now for this next wave, I believe I start off with a... No, I don't start off with a Chi Burst, but I do use a Chi Burst when the Banshee comes out. And that does a lot of damage to the Guardian. As you can see, it was about 36k. It took him out, and then it almost one-shots the Banshee. So that was really nice to have there. So now I'm just on this Guardian, and that Chi Burst is actually going to put me ahead a lot in this wave, as you can see. Now I'm just standing here waiting for this Banshee to spawn, because I don't even want to waste my time walking over the Guardian, because I know I'm going to get like one jab off on him and then have to move right back to the center. So I take out that Banshee and switch to the Guardian over here. I'm waiting for one more Banshee to spawn. There it is. Just going to Rising Sun kick him, almost take him out, and use a Blackout kick to finish him off. And even though the bar's flashing, I know I'm going to get this. So I start off this wave with a Chi Burst, and then I go ahead and sap the Mystic, and I end up killing the Vermin that this Mystic was going to heal, so that was really lucky, because as Mistweaver, even though you have Spinning Crane Kick, it does consume a lot of mana, so I wouldn't say you really have the greatest AoE. Like, it could definitely be better, but you're a healer, so, you know, it's kind of ridiculous that you have what you have as is, to be honest. So, I killed the first Mystic before he was able to get his last heal off, I believe, and I sapped this Mystic so he couldn't get his heal off, and that's very important because now I don't have to worry about having to do any extra DPS to these Vermin here, which, like I said, I don't have that much AoE in the first place. And as you can see, the wave gets really close. It was because of a misclick, so that had a lot to do with it, but the wave gets very close. If one of those heals had gone off, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that wave. So I wanted to sap the Banana Tosser here, but I realized it a bit too late and sapped the Mystic out of habit, so I just decided to use Touch of Death on the Banana Tosser. And then I kited that globule into the Banshee, which also hit the Guardian, one-shot the Banshee, then pretty much one-shot the Guardian with Chi Burst. And now I'm on the Mystic over here, going to get this globule into him, backing up so it doesn't hit me, and just going to use 2 Rising Sun kicks, he's going to go down. Now, I'm really low on mana, and there's no Banshee up yet, so I'm going to go ahead and use some Mana Tea here. And I'm going to use Tiger's Lust because, you know, I was really getting that globule a little too close for comfort there. But it explodes before it can reach the Banshee, so I just wait for that globule to hit the Banshee. And now I'm on the Amber Weaver. And I'm kind of pressed for time here. I'm getting a little concerned. I'm going to Chi Burst here, but it is a little too early. The globule wasn't quite on him, but he ended up going down anyway. So now I'm just going to attack the Amber Weavers here. Just going to take them out before the Shah. I do put a little jab into the Shah there just to get some Chi on my way to the Amber Weaver here. And as you can see, I'm really low on mana still. I didn't get too much back in that last wave. So what I'm going to do after I kill this Amber Weaver is move over here in front of the Shah so the globule doesn't hit me, and just stand here and generate some Mana Tea. Now this works out because the Shah still has his barrier up. You know, it wouldn't even really matter if I was doing damage to him. All I'd probably be doing is wasting charges of Rising Sun Kick. But now I have 4 Chi, and his barrier falls, so I start off with the Chi Burst, kind of backwards from what I said. What I said burst kind of is, but I'm not really like terribly focused about the burst right now. So I'm just unloading as many Rising Sun kicks into him as I can, and I finish him off with a Touch of Death. I was using some Mana Tea there, but I decided instead to just go ahead and sit down for a regular drink because I think it is more mana. And I end up getting to about half mana, which is really good. That should get me through at least this wave. So once again, I sap the Banana Tosser and immediately start wailing on the Mystic. I interrupt his heal. Just really, just doing consistent damage to him, taking him out, doing what I can. The Banshee's going to spawn soon, and I think the Mystic will still be alive when that happens. Yeah, so I'd go ahead and Chi Burst the Banana Tosser, but I did that because I wasn't sure wasn't really paying attention to the Banshee's spawn timer, so to speak. I wasn't expecting him to come up that soon. So I broke it, but then I stunned him so he didn't go anywhere, and then I resapped him so he couldn't move, and ended up taking the Banshee out before him, and then took out the Banana Tosser. But now I'm really pressed for time because the Shah's barrier fell right as I killed the Banana Tosser. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Berserking, and as you'll see, since I'm not going, totally ham with my rotation, I don't have Touch of Death, his barrier does go back up when he's got about 50,000 health left. So the fact that I pick up Berserking is really what got me through that wave. It wouldn't have been possible without that. So now that he's down, I have some time left on this wave. I'm going to go ahead and use all my stacks of Mana Tea, which there were quite a bit. So that's going to give me back to half mana. Like I said, that should probably get me through this wave as well. So what I'm doing here is kind of just, hanging out, doing some damage. Not too much damage because his barrier's up, doesn't even matter. But I'm going to go ahead and use Chi Burst just because I want to get some damage on the Slayer over there. And I don't really want to waste mana by using Spinning Crane Kick. Just figured I'd get something out there, So now what I'm doing is building up Chi because I know the Banshee is going to spawn very soon here. There he is, except he caught me at a bad time. I only had one Chi, but I end up getting a Rising Sun kick into him anyway and take him down. Now the Shah is going to drop his barrier soon, so what I do is use Tiger's Lust, pick up Berserking, use Wen, and start attacking the Shah, just using as many Rising Sun kicks as I can. I had 4 Chi right at the start of this, and then I expended those on Rising Sun kick and used Chi Burst. I expended that Chi and used Chi Burst at the end of all that. And what ends up happening at the end there is when I switch to the Banshee. Oh, I also used Touch of Death on the Shah. When I switched to the Banshee, Zwen's AoE was also hitting the Slayer, so they ended up going down at the same time, which was really nice. So yeah, there it is. That is how to get gold as the Mistweaver Monk. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like it if you did, and leave a comment too. I'm very interested to know what you think of this, especially if you have a different method, or if you would have a different idea of how to set up kind of your burst. I know I probably didn't do it too well, but that has a lot to do with the fact that I'm pretty inexperienced with this, because, when I'm on my Mistweaver, sorry, I'm usually healing, So if you have anything different, like even if you've seen a video of someone doing it differently, go ahead and link it. I'd be very interested to see that because, there's not really much you can do in terms of, like, there's really one way to maximize your damage. You can't really change, honestly, and I tried this too, so I can pretty much I can pretty much say this and not feel bad about it. Like level 30, I can't switch from Chi Burst to Chi Wave and expect the same results, honestly. I tried it and I wasn't doing half as well as I was with Chi Burst, so I think this build is pretty essential for maximizing your damage output. But like I said, if you found something different, please, I would love to see it. So go ahead and leave a comment, and also subscribe if you want to see more. I'm glad to have made this video. I've been talking about it for a while. Glad it's finally made, so I can prove that I did it. Yes. But yeah, there'll be plenty more of these videos. I'm sorry about the lack of content lately. Content lady. It's been a lot to do with the fact that even though I have a druid and he has feral gear, I don't want to get rid of my balance spec on him. So I have been building a feral spec on another druid, except that druid is already resto, and I haven't quite geared her for resto yet. So I'm working on that at the same time. It's very messed up, very strange, but it is what it is. So like I said, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the Proving Grounds.